Good morning, everybody. Brian here with Cars Equipment Sales, Mount Upton, New York. I wanted to go over a couple of the units we just got in here. We just added another product line here at Cars Equipment, a company called Huayee. And for anybody who knows or follows the Chinese equipment forums, you'll recognize that name. It's been popping up a lot lately, all over the internet. YouTube videos, so on and so forth. It's becoming a very popular brand. It's growing rapidly. They're gaining traction with dealers in the state rapidly. And I kind of wanted to point out some of the things on these machines that might kind of shed a little bit of light on some of those features that make these kind of stand out from some of the other brands. First thing I want to point out on this SHY10, this is a SHY10 model. This is only available at the dealers. The quality of the body panels that fit, I mean, everything fits nicely. You know, a lot of the machines, it's kind of getting standard. We're seeing the quality increase with most of the brands out there, unless you're talking about going to the auction and picking something up for $3,000, which is okay. If you don't have a need for a higher quality unit, or you can't afford, you know, what the quality brings to the table, I guess, price wise, there's nothing wrong with that. But I wanted to point out, for those of you that are wondering, every piece of this in the back is completely insulation foil lined all the way around the engine compartment. The top, the front, all the way around this is completely lined. This is running a genuine Briggs & Stratton XR series engine. And the other thing I wanted to point out is the fact that everything is nice and tidy. The way the lines are ran in here, everything is put together and laid out nicely. The other thing is the hydraulic oil cooler sits on the right side of this unit. You have a electric cooling fan on the hydraulic oil cooler. That's designed so it's actually pulling cold air from the outside of the machine in. In the process of that, we also have another auxiliary fan on the opposite side, which is pulling the air through. So you're drafting cold air through your hydraulic oil cooler, and you're pulling that hot air from the engine and so forth out of this unit with your secondary fan, which is a huge deal. It keeps it running cool. It keeps things from overheating, and that helps tremendously. So the other thing I want to point out, and again, a lot of the other brands are doing this. It's not anything new. These come standard with hydraulic phones. These come standard with the auxiliary diverter blocks. There's a couple things that I haven't seen on a lot of the other brands though. One of those things is the grease zerks are standard grease zerks, so you can use your regular grease gun without an adapter and so forth. You don't have to change all your fittings, and you don't have to worry about knocking them off while you're digging or what have you, because they weld this nice protector sleeve around those grease zerks, which is a really nice feature. The quality of the buckets, they're made very heavy. The thumbs are made heavy. The blades are made heavy. And that's something we're used to seeing, because we have been selling quality products for the last year. You know, we've been doing this roughly a year and a half. We got set up and we started selling some quality units, very good quality units, for the past year. So some of this stuff we're already seeing, and we've been seeing for quite a while on other brands. But one thing nobody's pointed out on their videos with these Huayees is, I get the question all the time, what about the tracks? I see tracks popping off all the time on the forums. How do I put a track back on? Or am I going to have issues with these tracks and so forth? I want to point out something I haven't seen any of the other dealers point out yet on these, which is going to be a big step in the right direction. is going to be on this undercarriage. You have a piece right here, this pipe, this piece of steel right here, this round stock is welded to the top of this carriage, and it's bent and goes straight across underneath the center guides for your track, which ride over your drive sprocket and so forth. So that's gonna also help prevent these tracks from wanting to pop off this way and so forth. It's just one more little touch as far as reliability and serviceability and so forth that kind of makes this a little bit of a cut above a lot of the other ones out there. I mean, that's something that they had to think about to do. That's not just something somebody miraculously starts to do on their own. One last thing, and I know most of the other guys have already pointed it out, this unit, the other common problem so many people have with your AGTs, your MIVAs, your MMSs, I'm not trying to throw any company under the bus. However, you see them all the time. They go to drive ahead with their tracks, and they got hydraulic oil spraying out of the drive motors. That's caused because there's no case drains. This unit actually comes standard with case drains on every one of them. That line right there is your case drain. Okay, that's vented so that when this builds pressure in that drive motor, as that builds pressure, it allows that residual pressure a place to flow, so it's not blowing out the point of least resistance, which would be that seal. The other important piece is the rotary motor on this, which rotates the unit, also has case drain. So I just wanted to point out those features on the SHY10. I think for the quality, I think for what you get overall, I think it's a really nice unit. And I think for the price point, it's kind of a hard one to beat. If this is something you're interested in checking out, trying out, if you want to see it in person, be happy to show it to you. Come see us, Cars Equipment Sales. We're at 321 High Bridge Road, Mount Upton, New York. Give us a call. Thank you.